How you guys doing? This 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com. I don't got a show per se today. I got a few plays that I'm leading towards. You guys could always come and check me out later. I might come through later, give you guys a three-play parlay or a four-play parlay, just to give you guys a heads up on what I'm doing for the night. But as far as it goes for now, I'll just give you a few plays that I got and that I'm leading towards as of right now. In the NHL, there's a pretty long slate, but I don't have too many plays there. And in the NBA, pretty short to the NBA. Anyways, let's get right into it. There's the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Buffalo Sabres game. I like the Pittsburgh Penguins here. They got Buffalo got Johansson playing. He's only played 4 games, lost 3. And I don't think it's really fair to put him in the fire against this team. I think Pittsburgh obliterates these guys. I even like the minus 1.5, but I'll be fair and just go with the money line for Pittsburgh. There's the Montreal Canadiens versus Tampa. I don't like any play in that. The Boston versus Florida. I actually like Florida as underdog, but I don't have a play in this game per se. Washington versus New York. I like the over 6.5 in this Capitals versus New York game. I think it's going to be fireworks. I think both sides are going to score goals. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. Last time out, the Rangers actually beat the Caps 4-1. So I think Caps are going to try to come back and bounce back, but it's a back-to-back situation for them. And I don't care who you are in the NHL. I don't like you in a back-to-back. That record speaks for itself. So just the over 6.5 in that game. Then we got the Carolina Hurricanes versus the Flyers. Flyers, same situation. They just won a game, but they're in a back-to-back situation. They just beat the Caps. No play in that game altogether. Flyers better at home, but again, back-to-back situations I don't really like, so I'm going to stay away. No play in the Ottawa versus New York. No play in Dallas versus Nashville. Definitely no play in Edmonton versus Chicago. In the Toronto versus the Kings game, I honestly like the Kings to win this game. Kings are better at home than anything else. Last time they played was earlier this season, and Toronto actually beat these guys. Was it 3-1? It was 3-1. Yeah, they ended up winning 3-1. So I don't think it's necessarily a bounce back game or anything like that. The Kings are really garbage, but Toronto is not trending in a good direction themselves. So, with all that said, I would have no play in that game because it'd be Kings or nothing. And as favorite as Toronto is, I don't really like a play in that one. Next, we got Minnesota Wild versus the Sharks, and Martin Jones sucks. It's Wild. I like the Wild in this game. Wild played a couple nights ago, and they ended up beating Nashville. Now they're playing against San Jose, and San Jose is no better than Nashville is. So, and Martin Jones sucks. So, I like these guys. Now in the NBA, it's a pretty short set of the NBA. Steph Curry is back tonight, so that's pretty much the highlight of the night. But starting from the top in the NBA, you got the Denver Nuggets versus the Charlotte Hornets. If you guys remember, I told you guys, Denver, when they were playing the last game versus Golden State, I told you guys, 16.5s and up don't typically cover. They just don't. It's something that happens, and more times than not, they actually lose. Denver lost, and not only did they lose, they lost by 12. This is a bounce back game for them. I think Charlotte is going to be the receptors of a blowout. Give me Denver to cover the 10.0 spread. I don't really like it. It's a dangerous play, but I'm giving them the credit that they deserve. Let me get the Denver Nuggets plus 10, minus 10.0. Next, you got the Clippers versus the Rockets. I think the Rockets beat the Clippers here. But they already beat them once, and I think they were undermanned. So, if anything, I would go under 236, maybe a playoff atmosphere and all of that. So under 236 in that game. Next, we got Philly and Sacramento. No play in that. And last but not least, Golden State versus Toronto. Toronto's favorite 8.5. Golden State won like 2 of their last 3 games. I like Golden State to cover the plus 8.5 with Steph Curry in the lineup, but to lose the game ultimately. So that's pretty much it for me. Hit the notification bell. Come check me out later. I might have some plays for y'all. Peace.